Okay guys, we're gonna test drive the X70 to see the difference in feeling with the X50. We just test drove the X50, now we're gonna reconfirm our feeling with the X70 here, yeah? Okay, ini adalah reverse camera X70 This is the reverse camera for X70. You can see how clear it is. Resolution is so high. Very, very good. Okay guys, we are in the X70 now. Let's look at the display. The display is more colorful. Okay, we can see that the display is more colorful, but it's the first generation. So when we press home,
Yeah,
this home already.
this home already.
Oh, this home. Okay, sorry. Don't have the icon on it? All the icons. Oh, okay. This is the one that I'm looking for. So let's try the 360 camera. Okay. Let's try the reverse camera. Okay, we can clearly see that the camera resolution is much higher in the X70. So for those of you who don't know, now you know. The resolution is much higher. So if you want a higher resolution camera, buy the X70. Okay, same gearbox. What's the sound?
Reverse because you're putting on reverse now.
Oh, okay. There's an object at the back.
Mm.
Okay, so let's try the X70 now. Okay, the first feeling is this car is very heavy compared to the X50, yeah? It's going up here. Let's try out. Okay, this car is more solid than the X50, heavier. You can feel that this car is the soundproofing is better. Kereta ni lebih senyap daripada X50 X70 lebih senyap daripada X50. Okay, pickup dia ada perlahan sedikit berbanding X50, tapi cukup untuk kegunaan di bandar lah. Okay, kita tengok handling dia, cornering. Okay, jelas cornering. X50 lebih kemas, X70 lebih, dia besar sikit, dia macam balap. So the cornering of the X70 is a bit more floaty. The X50 is much sharper and much cleaner. Okay. The pickup for the X70 is a bit slower. What's that?
Lane departure.
Oh, lane departure warning. Okay. But it's quite clear. For those of you deciding between X50 and X70, let me tell you, X70 is a more solid car. X70 has better soundproofing. X70 is a bit more heavier. That's why the consumption is a bit higher lah. This is 1.7 plus tons. The X50 is 1.3, 1.4 tons. So there's about 3 to 400 kilos difference, yeah. But in terms of stability, in terms of road holding, the X70 wins. Soundproofing, X70 wins. Engine pickup, X50 lah. Engine pickup, X50. So dengan jelas kita boleh nampak ataupun rasa bahawa X70 lebih tetap Dia lebih tetap, lebih stabil. Kerana dia lebih berat juga. Tapi kalau bawa di bandar tak dapat rasa banyak. Kecuali anda adalah seorang profesional yang selalu bawa kereta, anda boleh rasa dia punya perbezaan. Okay, dalam dia of course tak begitu cantik lah lawan X50, tapi masih okey, masih contemporary lagi, masih boleh dalam masa ini. Jadi X70 boleh tahan lebih kurang lagi 5-6 tahun lah, dari segi penampilan dia. So the X50 can still last the next 5 to 8 years in terms of the appearance, in terms of the finishing, in terms of your display. The display is very, very clear and very, very crisp. In fact, I feel this display is better than the X50 display. Right? So in terms of finishing, even the door handles, the X70 is more solid compared to the X50. When you go to the showroom, do check out the door handles. This is much more solid than the X50. Okay, and I think the finishing for the X70 is a bit higher quality than the X50. So for those of you trying to differentiate or trying to decide which one to buy,
auto hold is on.
This is better. It will tell you that your auto hold is on. The X50 does not. I do not know why. Otherwise, in terms of ride height, this is much higher than the X50. Tempat duduk X70 lebih tinggi So bagi orang yang tak begitu tinggi, ini lebih bagus. Boleh nampak lebih banyak di depan. Tapi X50 anda boleh pergi cuba di showroom bahawa tempat duduk dia boleh adjust sampai tinggi. So kalau anda seorang wanita yang tak begitu tinggi, X50 boleh tempat duduk dia boleh adjust sampai tinggi. So jangan risau. Saya rasa X70 lebih bagus dari segi finishing, dari segi penampilan, paparan dia, dan dia punya, kita akan test dia punya stability nanti di depan. Jalan yang sama Kita boleh test pick up sekarang. Okey, ini
Sport mode.
okey, kita masuk sport mode, kita try. Okey, walaupun dia lambat tapi dia cukup untuk pemandu biasa lah. Kecuali anda race car driver tu, sorry lah, jangan beli Proton, beli Ferrari. Tapi untuk orang biasa, dia punya pick up cukup. Tengok, kita boleh menang motor pun kalah kita. Okey, dia ada speed warning. Dia stabil. Dia kalau kita lawan dengan X50, X70 lebih stabil, confirm. Okey, kita naik bukit, kita cuba. Tak rasa alunan di jalan kita tak rasa langsung. Tadi X50 kita boleh rasa sedikit Okey, lane departure warning. Okey, di manakah perbezaan yang paling besar sekali? Di bahagian suspensi. Suspensi X70 disebabkan dia lebih berat, maka dia lebih stabil So kalau ada banyak anak-anak dan anda adalah seorang yang memandu dengan gila, dengan cepat, beli X70. Tak ada, anak-anak semua akan termuntah dalam kita. For those of you who are trying to decide whether you want to buy an X70 or X50, if you are a very, very aggressive driver and you have a few children who always sits at the back, I suggest you get the X70 because this car suspension is very good, it's very stable. So when you go through wavering roads, you will not feel it in the X70, but in the X50 you will feel it. You will feel the waviness of the road. Okay, brakes wise, almost the same, but the X70 is much better. Almost the same, but X70 is still much better. Gearbox is the same. Nothing much to say about the air conditioning. It's as cool as the X50. You feel airier. The room space in the X70 is slightly higher. You feel a bit more airier. Tempat di dalam, ruangan di dalam X70 lebih besar. So anda tak rasa sempit. So X70 lebih luas. Rasa dia lebih luas. Okay, kita akan test bila lampu hijau kita akan test alunan jalan yang kita lalui tadi dengan X50. Okey. Pick up dia bagus dengan sport mode lah. Bagus. Kita nak try alunan jalan pula. Tengok jalan dia beralun. Kita nak try dia punya suspensi pada kelajuan yang lebih tinggi sikit.
Oh. Oh. Oh, tak san. Oh, tahu lah. Okay. Okay.
Okey, dengan jelas tak rasa alunan jalan kalau anda bawa X70 tak rasa. It's very clear that when you have a lot of bumps on the road, you do not feel it with the X70. Whereas in the X50 you feel it. So the X70 is the car for you if you go on a lot of B roads. If you go a lot of B roads and those bumps are really terrible bumps, X70 you will not feel the bumps. But with the X50 you will still feel the bump. Okay, dengan jelas. So jadi anda kalau jalan di jalan-jalan yang selalu lah, perjalanan anda selalu ada jalan-jalan yang beralun, ada berlubang, X70 lebih sesuai berbanding dengan lane departure warning, berbanding dengan X50 ya. So kalau anda bawa di Kuala Lumpur, di Johor Bahru, di dalam bandar, X50 lah. Kalau anda selalu Melaka, Johor Bahru, Kuala Lumpur, Ipoh, ataupun anda kena masuk tempat-tempat yang kecil seperti masuk Bido, masuk ke Gopeng, masuk ke tak tahu mana lah, semua jalan-jalan yang kecil tu, mungkin anda kena fikir jalan-jalan itu adakah dia beralun, permukaan jalan adakah dia selalu rata, ataupun permukaan jalan selalu beralunan, berlubang, kasar. So kalau jalan-jalan yang tak baik, belilah X70. Kalau jalan yang baik, beli X50. Okey, tapi satu yang anda kena ingat adalah X70 minyak lebih tinggi lah. Minyak mesti lebih tinggi sebab kereta lebih berat. Okey, nombor 1. Nombor 2, sisi lebih besar. Nombor 3, ini adalah tapi generasi DCT kita rasa dia punya minyak akan lebih bagus lah daripada yang generasi CBU. Okay, so anda pergi buat research sendiri dan anda buatlah keputusan sendiri. Saya yang boleh bantu ini saja. So what I can do for you is to tell you that if you drive a lot in city driving, your surface of the road that you pass by is always flat and normal and very smooth, you should buy the X50. But if you go out station and the surfaces of the road is always very bumpy, surface of the road is very rough, you should get the X70. You get a better ride, you feel better in the X70. So generally, in short, the X70 is one level higher. They have to position the X70 one level higher. But many people are not clear as to how the X70 is much better than the X50 now, because X50 comes with ADAS 2.0. X50 comes with so many new features, self-parking, so many. But we want to talk about the handling of the car first. And the basic is handling of the X70 is still more superior, much better than the X50. So you have to remember this, because every day you'll be moving in a car, and the handling is the major factor of the deciding whether you buy an X50 or X70. Alright, so I think that's all for this differentiating video. Itu saja saya rasa untuk video perbezaan X50 dan X70, di mana X70 adalah kereta yang lebih mewah, lebih bagus, lebih stabil, dan soundproofing dia semua lebih bagus, lebih senyap daripada X50. So sebab tu dia masih lagi mahal, dia masih lagi kereta yang terbaik untuk Proton dalam pendapat saya. Okay, so kawan-kawan pergilah ke showroom dan cuba untuk diri sendiri. Jangan saja test drive X50, test drive kedua-dua kereta sekali. Test drive X50 dulu, lepas tu baru test drive X70. Dan anda boleh nampak perbezaan yang begitu jelas sekali. Okay, jumpa lagi. Jangan lupa like, share dan subscribe. See you again. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.